morning. I'm Angelo Castro III.
Dukot mo dyan. I'm Angela and we are the Castros.
23, one more day.
Yes, Christmas Eve na tomorrow.
Christmas, tomorrow morning, ayan na.
At we have
Countdown.
mini Christmas tree here.
Christmas tree.
Oh.
Ready na ba kayo sa Noche
Hihiramin yan
Buena?
sa hihiramin yan sa 25 kaya feeling ko wala tayong ganyan.
Last 2 days guys ng bugso ng traffic. Kasi
My
usually,
gosh, over the weekend sobrang traffic.
usually gumagaang yan ang sa 24, 25 medyo mararamdaman mo yung gaang ng konti. 25 mismo, masarap mag-drive niyan.
Christmas.
Oo, so mamaya siguro traffic yan kasi last
hurrah.
Last
And then,
hurrah.
bukas pa feeling ko yung mga last
Pero
hurrah.
parang may mga meme kasi sa Facebook na medyo baka wala na rin mag-last hurrah dahil ubos na yung bonus ng mga kababayan
Sana all
natin.
may bonus.
Ubos na mga bonus daw nila sa mga pagbili ng regalo, ng pagkain for New Year's.
Kapag-pariband na ba ang lahat?
Anyway, madami tayong pag-uusapan. It's a Monday morning here on Brunch. Daming issues but medyo hindi na ganun kabigat. For now, malay mo, who knows. But we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Starting off our countdown with sports, Pinoy Boosters are proceeding to the semifinals of the prestigious ASEAN Mitsubishi Electric Cup after defeating host country Indonesia 1-0. Striker Jorn Christensen scored our winning point with a penalty kick. Indonesia tried to tie the game, but Quincy Camerad's strong defense was no match against them until the final whistle. This is also the Philippines' first time entering the semifinals in 8 years. Pinoy Boosters head coach Albert Capella said this is a long-awaited achievement, while forward Patrick Rachel announced his plans to retire from international football after this successful match. The Pinoy Boosters will face Thailand this Friday at the Rizal Memorial Stadium.
We knew that we will have our chances, and we knew when the moment was there, we should grab it. But on the other hand, I think Philippines deserve to be in semifinals for what all they have been done.
It's time to make history, and I know this group can make history. I think Philippines was always just waiting for that one next big thing, the next miracle of Hanoi, and I just have such a special feeling about this group now, and I can just see it happen.
Itong Pinoy Booters na team na to kasi this was a yung previous game nila nag-tie. So they needed to win this game, must-win game to. Ito sa pressure pack game. And luckily, thank you Lord, nanalo tayo. So buhay pa ang chance natin sa stages na ito, sa cup na ito. So, yeah, madami na mag-retire daw after this Matanda na rin sila Sige, let's move on to the next.
For our top 9, let's check in on the situation over the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange or PITX. Mobile journalist Ivan Tarinque is reporting live on the ground. Ivan?
Yes, Diego, Angela, happy Monday. Inaasahan niya na hanggang ngayong araw ay tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung pagdagsanga ng ating mga kapatid na uuwi ng kanya-kanyang probinsya dito sa Parañaque, sa may PITX Terminal Exchange. And as of 9 a.m., nasa almost 54,000 na yung foot traffic dito. And kung makikita nyo nga sa aking likuran, ay talagang jam-pack yung pila ngayon umaga dito. Angela, Diego?
Yes, Evan, yung mga nandyan ba, karamihan sa kanila or may mga chance passengers din or mga nakabook na yan, scheduled na yan?
Yes, Diego, yung iba na nakausap ko, puro chance passenger, yung iba nga 5 a.m. pa lang, ay nakapila na para lang makabili ng ticket. Pero as of nung nakahuli silang nakausap, ay hindi pa rin sila nakakapili ng kanilang ticket. Ang sabi sa kanila, around 9 a.m. daw, magkakaroon silang ticket. Pero sa ngayon, wala pa silang nabubuk na ticket. Kanina may mga nakausap rin tayong mga medyo may edad na yun nga yung pinoproblema nila. Medyo may edad sila, medyo nahihirapan na silang bumiyahe, lalo na nga daw ngayon na medyo traffic yung pauwi sa kanilang mga probinsya. So yun yung isa kanilang pinag-iisipan kung paano nila i-endure nga itong medyo matagal-tagal at mahaba-habang biyahe.
Pero
Diego.
Evan, initially kasi di ba nag-announce yung ibang companies, bus companies dyan na mag-a-add sila ng mga extra trips, no? Pero despite of that, nakikita siguro ng bus company, mga reports all over, may bagong announcement ba sila na they will, aside from yung initial announcement, dadagdagan pa nila to accommodate itong last influx of passengers? Kasi alam natin, hinahabol nila yung bukas, 24th.
Tama ka dyan, Diego, no? Yung mga bus companies nga dito, especially dito nga sa terminal sa Parañaque, no? Additional na 20 buses, more than 20 buses, yung nga kanilangan dinadagdag kada araw, no? So, dahil nga sa influx ng mga pasahero, parami pa ng parami, kaya nga, no, nagugulat yung ibang mga bus companies na, na sobra-sobra na yung dami ng tao, kaya nga, yung iba talaga additional buses para lang masustain yung demand ng mga biyahe, no? And as of this moment, no, Diego, yung marami talaga, no, over talaga yung, sa dami yung mga tao dahil nga as of 5 a.m., no, kaninang umaga, talagang nakapila pa rin yung mga taong umaasa na makakauwi sa kanilang probinsya ngayong Pasko. Yung iba nga nakausap ko, sabi nila baka sa Pasko pa sila abutan ng Pasko. Diego?
Oo, dyan. Baka Pasko pa sila abutan dyan. Pero may mga delayed o kanselado ba tayong mga biyahe dyan na naitala? At saka anong mga trip yung fully booked na?
Yes, Angela, no, mga delayed, mga nakita natin sa mga TV screens, may ilang mga delayed at mga canceled na buses. Now, we're still confirming pa kung ano-ano yung mga rutang ito. Pero in terms of fully booked na mga bus, karamihan nakita natin ay yung biyahe pa Bicol. No? May nakita tayong isang bus company na simula ngayong araw, December 23, hanggang December 31, ay fully booked na yung kanilang mga biyahe papuntang Bicol. Kaya para sa mga kapatid natin nagpaplano pa lang na umuwi, ngayon ay siguraduhin nga daw na makabook na in advance para hindi na ma-hassle at hindi na pumila ng mahaba, lalo na kung makikita talaga natin sa likuran ko. No, ito, actually pwede ko kayong iikot dito sa glitan, no?
Sige lang,
natin.
go.
Okay, so ikot ko kayo saglit dito. So ito yung terminal or yung ticket booth sa ilang biyahe papuntang Bicol, Sorsogon, no? So makikita natin, excuse me na po, ayan, may mga nakaupo na, nakapila, hanggang doon yan. Hanggang sa paglagpas pa yan ng isang fast food restaurant. No? So makikita natin.
So Ivan, yung nakikita kung dinadaanan mo yan, hindi yan yung mga pila sa fast food, kundi pila sa ticket booth.
Yung tama ka dyan, Diego. Ito yung mga taong nakapila sa ticket booth, no? Nagpapakasakali makauwi or makabili pa ng ticket. So makikita natin, mahaba talaga yung pila.
Evan, so speaking of baka sakali, tomorrow sa 24th, meron pa bang trip na manggagaling dyan?
Yes, Diego, no, sabi naman ng mga PhilHealth, tuloy-tuloy naman yung kanilang biyahe, no, 24 hours nga. Actually, bukas yung terminal na ito, pero usually kasi ang biyahe ng mga bus around 10 p.m. Yun na yung last trip, tapos 5 a.m. naman yung susunod na trip. So, tuloy-tuloy naman, pero in terms of palapit ng Pasko, let's say 24 and 25, nasa magme-mellow down yung dami yung tao dahil nga yung iba nakauwi na ng kanilang probinsya. At babalik naman daw yan at mas dadagsa daw ulit yan pagdating ng January. Diego?
Oo, Evan, sabi mo nga kanina, 54,000 yung mga naitalang pasahero na dyan at maaari pang dumami. Sa dami ng mga pasahero natin nakikita dyan ngayon, kumusta naman yung seguridad nila dyan? At may mga naitala ba tayo mga untoward incidents o yung mga nakumpiska na mga bawal na gamit na dalhin dyan sa mismong terminal?
Tama ka dyan, Angela. In terms of security naman, no, nakikita naman natin may mga rumorondang mga pulis dito sa loob ng terminal, no, at meron ding mga booth, no, mga help desk sa iba't ibang parte ng terminal. Meron din tayong mga EDD o yung mga ating dogs na nag-check din ng mga bagahe. Kanina nga, no, sa latest na nakuha natin na confiscated item, no, kahapon ay nasa 81 na yung na-confiscate. From yesterday lang yan, hindi pa kasama itong mga nakarang araw at talagang talamak talaga sa mga nako-confiscate na item dito sa terminal ay ito nga matutulis sa bagay, gaya ng kutsilyo, blade, at iba pang matutulis sa bagay. Angela.
Alright, maraming salamat. Mag-iingat ka dyan, mobile journalist Ivan Tarinque.
Now, going to the 8th spot is about the weather. Let's get the latest on tropical depression, Romina, in a while from Pag-asa. But in the meantime, we can see na tuloy-tuloy naman daw ang operations ng bus, 24-25.
Yes.
Check na lang. Pero ang suggestion nila is check online because pag malamang sa malamang, pag walang online,
Ang dami ng mga nagbabakasakali.
you might
Nakita natin
spend
kanina.
Christmas and 24 and 25 all the way to the 26 sa station. Kung hindi ka mag-advance book online, at least alam mo siguro mag-book ka, wala ka makuha, at least you could maybe adjust ka, stay at home muna.
Yes, at hindi lang dyan sa PITX, marami dagsa yung mga kababayan natin sa
Cubao.
iba't ibang terminal din.
Cubao
Even in
Terminal.
Batangas Port, napakarami na ng mga nagsisiksikan ng mga kababayan natin doon na gustong umuwi sa kanilang mga
Sa
probinsya.
NAIA Terminal 2 and 3, grabe daw ang
Oo,
ano
yung iba naman
ngayon.
nag-out of the country, iba naman out of town. Ayan, so alis muna sila. Pero yun nga, yung dun sa weather natin kanina, sinasabi mo, mamaya check natin with our Pag-asa weather forecaster. Kasi nga ay merong tropical depression outside Philippine Air Responsibility.
oo.
Hopefully, no, matunaw siya at hindi na pumasok dito sa atin.
Titignan natin yung effect nito ng atin amihan kasi may epekto tong amihan daw sa pumapasok na bagyo dito ngayon. Oo, at saka medyong I think yesterday and today naitala natin so far ang coolest since amihan season started. Is it because of the weather enhanced it o ano?
Noong December 21, which is Saturday, tama? Saturday.
Yeah.
Yun, naitala daw longest longest day, ever naitala for this year. Kasi usually ganun, di ba? May mga days.
Mabagal ang oras.
Mabagal, oo. So,
ano
yun
daw,
naitala nila.
mabagal ang ikot. Di ba? Ng ano.
Uy, nga pala, gusto ko lang magpa-thank you sa House of Puto Bao. Dito sa
Bao.
ating... Bao pala, sorry. House of Puto Bao, ayan. Para sa ating suman for today na kinakain na namin kanina
Oo
pa ni
nga.
Diego with sugar. Ayan. Okay, coming up. Is Pastor Apollo Quiboloy going to be disqualified from running in the Senate elections?
And the Marcos administration's senatorial slate continues to dominate in early surveys. Now, who's on top this time?
We're just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. you're still watching Brunch here on One News. It's Monday today, December 23.
O yan, ito
Bukas,
ha.
Christmas Eve na.
May message
babati
tayo
ka.
from Mark Santiago. Good morning from San Pokemon Go. Good morning daw. I'm back to Kabayasnan. Ralph Domingo naman, good morning daw to us sa One News. Watching muna bago lumabas for an actual brunch daw siya. May brunch
Yun.
appointment. And si Juan Miguel Ebron or si Migs, hello, Brunchy!
Oo, ang sarap nitong House of Puto Bao, itong kanilang suman. Kinakain namin kanina pa off-air. Batiin ko lang muna itong yung nasa YouTube natin. Si Ronnie0143, si Lonnie Valdesoto, Daisy Cancho, Tito Naldi, of course, si Garico, Rodrigo Gonlao. Ayan, nanonood sila sa atin. Summer Cabrera and Ronald Maxtay. Ayan, mamaya na yung iba.
Okay, let's move on. Going to the 8th spot is about the weather. Let's get the latest on tropical depression Romina with Pag-asa weather forecaster Glyza Escullar. Good morning, Glyza. Nasaan na ba si Bagyong Romina? Yung linya. Ako, baka yung signal natin mahina.
We'll try
to restore
back.
our communications with Pag-asa. Medyo nahihirapan tayo. Siguro busy din kasi sila, ang daming reporting ginagawa nila today.
Of course, we want to know yung ating weather forecast
kasi,
for the week because it's going to be
ang dami nagtatanong because ang daming babiyahe madami na rin mga kababayan natin na may flights palabas o kaya sa pantalan. And they want to know, is it safe to travel via land, air, or sea? So these reports are very important come the 24th, 25th. And
Tapos
remember,
may binabantayan pa tayo si Romina.
Karamihan ng aalis patuloy-tuloy yan because meron tayong New Year.
Sige. Alright, this one, Tropical Depression Romina is no longer directly affecting Kalayaan Islands. It was last spotted some 165 km west of Pag-asa Island in Kalayaan, Palawan. Romina is expected to continue moving away from Kalayaan Islands as it heads towards Vietnam. Still, its trough may bring scattered rains over the province of Palawan, Visayas, Bicol, Calabarzon, and the rest of Mimaropa may also experience rains due to the shear line. While the northeast monsoon or amihan will continue to trigger rains across Luzon.
Thank you for that report, Angela.
All right, let's continue with our countdown. Going straight now to our 7th spot, The Kingdom held its premiere night on Friday ahead of its nationwide screening. Cast members were complete, including Vic Soto, Piolo Pascual, and Christine Reyes. Also in attendance were MQuest executives Manny V. Pangilinan, Jane Basas, and Shena Olaso. Basas said they are committed to produce high-quality films such as The Kingdom. The film is a project of MQuest Ventures, APT Entertainment, and MZ TV Productions. It will be shown on cinemas across the country beginning Christmas Day, December 25.
With a warm reception of the films that we did last year, sabi ko, hindi kasing kalidad or even better. So I'm just really excited for the opportunity to be a part of this.
Yan, congratulations ngayon pa lang, 'di ba, sa kanilang very successful na premiere night ahead nga of its nationwide screening which will be on December 25. Kasama po yan ng lahat ng kalahok sa Metro Manila
something to
Film
look forward to
Festival.
kasi last year we had Gomburza.
Gomburza.
So medyo mataas din ang pinanggagalingan nito. So pressure daw ang Kingdom.
Pero sabi nga nila ba yung cinematography pa lang solve na tayo.
The set daw was really they paid attention to the detail in crafting this set which looks realistic daw. So looking forward to seeing this.
This is the first time na magkasama ang, of course, si Boss Vic Soto and Piolo Pascual sa isang pelikula.
And this is also one of the rarest times we'll see si Bossing Vic Soto doing an action scene which he trained for. At the same time, magsiserious siya. Sanay natin every time na there's a Metro Manila Film Fest, comedy.
Yes.
Diba? So this time around, he's giving us a taste of drama.
Ayan, congratulations and of course, good luck sa opening yan sa December 25.
All right, let's move on to the next. Settling in at the 6th spot is the Armed Forces of the Philippines. The AFP denied that President Bongbong Marcos conducted a loyalty check among them at the Army. This is after the President recently gathered the Army for a command conference in Camp Aguinaldo, AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. insisted there was no need for a loyalty check. He added that no one talked about their budget cut in next year's national budget proposal. Bronner said the PBBM only ordered them to intensify their monitoring on cybersecurity.
Hindi nagkaroon ng loyalty check. What was important in the command conference is that we presented kung ano yung mga naging accomplishments ng AFP all throughout the years, several years. Very professional yung naging command conference natin ngayon.
Kasi if you can remember, there were rumors of ouster plot, 'di ba? Nung nagkaroon nga ng kaguluhan kay Vice President Sara Duterte nung nagkaroon ng falling out with the Marcos administration.
Yeah, oo.
Pero yun nga,
No
sabi
need
nila
daw,
wala
no
naman
need
daw.
for a loyalty check.
Kasi prior to this celebration, nagkaroon nga ng parang meeting, fourth command meeting with President Bongbong Marcos and of course the AFP leadership.
Paano naman daw, wala naman daw loyalty check pero may loyalty ka pa.
Ano yun?
Kakapain mo yung loyalty nila. Hindi mo tinatanong pero pinapakiramdaman mo, di ba? Makikita mo awkward ba o di ba? Pero hindi. So far naman, the AFP all throughout the years have maintained they're to the Constitution, and then
they're loyal to the Constitution.
And their mandate to the office
To
of
the
the President, not the President, but the office.
Office of the President.
Except for some instances, like I think yung nangyari kay former President Joseph Estrada, di ba, when the AFP deemed it
Years
na
ago.
that there was a public outcry for a change in presidency. So,
leadership.
they sumali sila sa mga tao. But it's very rare that you see AFP joining in politics.
Kasi 'di ba nagkaroon din ng mga parang call, 'di ba, from the side naman of sila Duterte na kung samahan sila or whatever.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga, sinisiguro nga. 'Di ba recently din nagkaroon din sila ng parang courtesy call naman, or courtesy call ba tawag? 'Di ba sa nagkita sila nila House Speaker Martin Romualdez at saka yung mga ibang AFP officials, tapos meron yung pinangakong race, 'di ba, ng sa
Yes, sinabi naman nila that was parang in passing na pinag-usapan. It's not a bribe or anything. It's something that's due talaga to them, diba? So, alam mo, may ibang tao makita ng picture na kakaiba, malikot ang isip.
Alright, let's continue with our countdown. Now, health officials inspect hospitals ahead of the holidays. DOH Secretary Ted Herbosa led the inspection. Among the hospitals they visited was the St. Luke's Medical Center. Herbosa said they are preparing for firecracker-related injuries, but he noted that hospitals should also be ready for other holiday illnesses. These include heart attack and stroke.
We need to increase awareness about the holiday heart syndrome. But if you read about all the risks of illnesses during the holiday season, kasama rin talaga yung if you eat too much, every day nagpa-party ka, and you eat too much rich foods, eventually, ang bumibigay yung puso mo, di ba? People end up with a heart attack.
Uy, alam mo, totoo yan ha. Parang every year na lang when we report, ang daming namamatay ng heart attack coming from the holidays, di ba? And it's been explained, it's because this last quarter of the year, October, November, December, doon naglalabasan yung mga rich foods. So doon nagiging magarbo. Doon si Madam Lechon lumalabas, 'di ba? So
Crispy lechon.
daming bumabanat ng crispy pata, crispy lechon, ham, puro pork. Tapos kung beef naman, may mechado, 'di ba? So may wine. So lahat ng tao are really gorging on these kind of food. So pagdating ng January, kung
Singilan na, no?
Singilan na sa katawan. Tapos sa firecrackers naman. Hindi ko maintindihan bakit magkakaroon pa ng firecrackers. Di ba, mahigpit na ang mga kada city na may designated pa-ilaw areas and paputok areas. You're not allowed.
Pero alam mo naman yung mga tao,
you're not allowed anymore na magpaputok kayo sa areas hindi designated. May mga yung zones na bawal. So sana naman imbis na
Ngayon pa nga lang, nagkalat na yung mga nagbebenta
Huwag na kayo magsunog ng pera sa paputok.
Technically, sinusunog lang talaga nila yung pera.
Makinood na lang kayo sa mga planned areas kung saan meron. Di ba? We have all over Metro Manila, nakaschedule ang mga concerts,
Or
pailaw.
iba't ibang mga
Uy,
paingay.
may bagong method ngayon, yung tatawag nilang drone fireworks.
Pwede rin yun.
Where
Maganda yun.
Yung parang, I think ito in Makati that last time, di ba, yung mga drone lumilipad, tapos nagkakaroon
Yung
ng
SEA Games, di ba?
2024, parang yung SEA Games, yung drone pailaw ang tawag
Tsaka
nila.
there are other avenues also para makapag-ingay tayo to usher in the new year.
Imbis na magpaputok.
Magkaraoke. Di ba?
Oo.
Ano pa? Marami. Basta ingat po tayo kasi mahirap naman po, masaya nga tayo ngayon, tapos maya-maya napuputulan na tayo ng mga daliri natin. So,
Huwag din yung mga sinasabi nila sa meme, nagpapasabog kayo ng dito sa utot daw.
grabe, may baho yun.
Mabaho yun.
Mabaho yun,
Hoy, may mga sakalan, pinupukpok nila ng di ba?
pampaingay.
Pampaingay,
Busy
pwede.
si DO Secretary Ted Herbosa, nag-round siya sa iba't ibang hospital. Busy din sila sa usapin ng PhilHealth.
Kaya nga pagdating ng January, sabi ni Secretary Ted, bawas-bawas na ulit. Tama na ang rich foods. Oo. Vegetarian na ako January. Sige, move on. Coming in at the fourth spot is about PhilHealth. The health department reiterated their opposition against the return of PhilHealth's unused fund to the state insurance firm. In an interview with a big story last week, Health Assistant Secretary Albert Domingo said that returning the unused funds is incentivizing PhilHealth's behavior. He added that returning the funds would not guarantee a more subsidy in PhilHealth members' hospital bill. Numerous medical groups insisted that the unused funds can be used to subsidize the health needs of indigents.
Pag binalik natin yung unused funds, sige nga, kaya bang pondohan ng PhilHealth yung 50% ng bill mo? That's the data. You see, I'm looking at your faces right now, ladies. That's the problem. The more we say, ibalik ang pera sa PhilHealth, the more you incentivize behavior that, the money is coming back and I don't need to spend it.
Syempre, you have to remember kung ano yung sinabi ng presidente or dun sa budget. Ang DOH ay susunod yan di ba? So sa kanila,
Executive.
yan ang kanilang, ang DOH secretary, tumata yung board director yan ng PhilHealth.
Saka it's very rare in policy making that any member of the executive branch will have a different opinion from that of the president.
So they will have to stand by it,
kung
diba?
ano yung stand ni PBBM, yan ang stand ng DOH secretary because he is the alter ego of the president in health.
Yes. So sinasabi nga nila dito, 150 billion pa yung nasa reserve ng PhilHealth, 74 billion lang naman daw yung kailangan for the yung indirect contributors, yung sa subsidy nga ng gobyerno. So marami pa daw. Yun ang iba pa sa mga kumbaga ibang argument nung sa mga pabor na walang subsidy or babigyan ng zero subsidy
Pero gusto
rather,
lang
ang PhilHealth ng BICAM.
So parang masarap din i-clarify na yung utang ng PhilHealth, saan nila binasa na paano nila babayaran? Is it on via income? Di ba? Yung sa balance sheet nila?
Yes.
Or were they expecting to use the yung surplus nila to pay for this? Because if they're expecting to use the surplus, zero out ka na walang subsidy, so PhilHealth will now be using the surplus for operational expenses. Therefore, paano yung mga backlog? Hahaba ba ang backlog ng
Hindi, yung
PhilHealth?
tinitingnan, if you look at the papers daw of PhilHealth, yung insurance liability nila would balloon up to trillion pesos, which is sabi nila, so ano pa yun, kukulangin pa doon sa sinasabi nilang reserve or excess fund ng PhilHealth. So, paano nila gagawin yun? And of course, yung question dito, yung possible na baka merong ang tawag dito, yung illegality, diba, sa Constitution, yung isa pa sa kanilang tinitignan dito.
Kasi usually ang breakdown kasi ng PhilHealth when they have liability sa insurance, sa balance sheet, the payments come in tranches. So as other insurance corporations na private, when they pay out, usually it comes in phases and tranches. Depende. Diba? So I want to know kung itong surplus that they had, did they intend to pay the entire amount for the year, liability for 1 year lang Kasi yung total liability binabanggit, that's over the years na accumulated na yan Di ba? But yung sinasabi mong for this backlog by the year, paano nila babayaran yan, di ba? Magkukulang kasi yung pondo talaga nila. And then, nag-announce na ata ang PhilHealth parang unofficially na baka hindi na nga matataas yung mga premium ng ibang case rates nila, di ba? So,
So we'll see, no? Kasi magkakaroon ng mga assessment ang both Senate and Congress.
Di pa tapos naman eh. Di pa
Oo,
tapos
para
yan.
makita daw nila paano nga nagkakaroon ng low productivity rate
Yes.
ang PhilHealth, yung management system nila. And if they're able to do this, baka daw i-cancel nila ang contribution ng PhilHealth members for a year at talagang tugunan ng PhilHealth yung mga pangangailangan ng members. But we'll see. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan tungkol dyan, especially pagdating ng January.
Mahaba pa yan.
Diyan ang galawan yan eh. Alright, let's continue with our countdown. The Foreign Affairs Department says Donald Trump's immigration policies should not be a cause for excessive concern among Filipinos. Here's the report.
Around 270,000 deportations have been reported in the U.S. over the recent financial year. This figure is the highest tally in a decade. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement said Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras were the most common destinations for deportees. The massive removal of illegal residents coincided with the U.S. presidential campaign. It highlighted Trump's promise to launch the largest crackdown on immigration in U.S. history. Trump is set to assume power on January 20th next year. But in an interview with The Big Story, our Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega said Trump's immigration policies have context.
During the campaign, when he was talking about massive deportations, he was specifying a certain kind of overstaying or illegal alien. Mostly, he was targeting those foreigners who were brought in by President Biden and who are not actually contributing to the U.S. economy because all they do is receive social welfare.
Thus, De Vega said this should not be a cause for excessive concern among Filipinos.
The Filipinos, legal or even illegal, do not fall under those categories. So I would like to emphasize there is no reason for now to be overly concerned.
The DFA earlier said that they are ready to assist undocumented Filipinos in the U.S. who wish to return to the Philippines. For News 5, Ria Fernandez, We Are One News.
Yan, yung sinasabi ni ni Yusek is exactly what other pundits are saying sa Amerika na when he means a mass deportation, he means a mass deportation of non-productive illegals. Kasi President Trump naman knows that there are what you call productive illegals na pwedeng idaan sa process na gawin silang legal. Because for example, like, ang dami daw businesses sa US in industry and in the fruit picking industry na that utilize illegals na mga Pinoy. And a lot of them daw are very productive na if you take them out biglaan, you take out the productivity of these big corporations, mawawalan sila ng mga yung mga jobs na ayaw mga jobs na ayaw na kunin ng puti, ng whites, ng mga natural Americans because for them, masyadong mababa ang income.
Sweldo.
But sa Pinoy, kukunin ng Pinoy yun kasi mapapadala mo.
Just to stay there and then
mapapadala mo.
Trabaho.
At saka yung income na yung dollars pa rin yun. Babalik mo yung pera sa Pilipinas. I mean, ibabalik mo sa family mo here. And the dollar to the peso rate is high enough na makikinabang tayo. Yun lang daw yung mga...
Kaya nga sinasabi nila kasi marami daw masyado yung pumasok during the Biden administration.
Unproductive illegals.
Unproductive na talagang tumatanggap lang ng social services. Pero yun nga. Tapos yung iba daw may mga criminal activities.
Iba nga, di ba? Ang sabi nga ng mga kartel, mas malaki daw ang income nila sa human smuggling kaysa sa drug smuggling sa border. Di ba? So...
Sige. Alright.
Alright, don't go away. We're not done yet. May dalawa pa tayo. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still with Watching Brunch here on the One News. Thank you po sa nagpadala ng food, House of Puto Bao,
House of Puto Bao.
for this mini suman na masarap. Actually, kahit walang sugar, masarap siya.
Ako gusto ko may sugar.
may
Pero yeah,
siya.
okay naman siya kanila.
Thank you for that. And sa mga brunchies that have been messaging us on Facebook and YouTube, keep the messages coming. In the meantime, let's move on to the next in our countdown. On our top 2 is about the controversial Apollo Quiboloy. The Comelec has denied a petition to disqualify the jailed pastor from the 2025 Senatorial race. The poll body's first division said the grounds relied upon by petitioner Sunny Matula were incorrect and without factual basis. It explains that Quiboloy's criminal cases for sexual abuse and human trafficking were still pending and yet to be decided with finality. Quiboloy earlier said he would run as an independent, bet following issues on his nomination with the Workers and Peasants Party.
Now let's talk more about that development.
Comelec spokesperson Attorney Rex Laudianco is now on the line.
Good morning, spokes. Thanks again for joining us.
Magandang umaga po, Sir Diego, Ma'am Angela, at sa lahat po ng ating taga-subaybay.
Opo, marami pong nagulat at marami pong mga naging reaksyon from our kababayan tungkol nga po dito sa pagde-deny ng Comelec ng petition to disqualify Quiboloy para nga po sa 2025 polls. Can you tell us more about the rationale kung bakit po hindi disqualified si Quiboloy?
Opo, gaya nga po nung nandun sa report po ninyo, no, yung po kasing petition to declare as nuisance candidate or to disqualify the candidate Apollo Quiboloy ay nababase po sa mga dahilan. Una daw po, unauthorized yung final niyang kona. Pangalawa, may mga kaso po na nakasampa sa kanya. Alam naman po natin ang disqualification. Ang disqualification dapat po ay merong matibay na kadahilanan. Una sa lahat, yung kona. Hindi naman po yan ground para ikaw ay ma-disqualify. Sabihin na po natin, unauthorized yung kona mo. In the first place po, naman inatras na rin po niya. Siya na po ay independent candidate ngayon. At hindi po bago yan sa atin na minsan merong dalawa na tatlong aksyon. Ikalawa, yung pong tungkol sa mga kinakaharap po niya kaso. Tandaan po natin, ito po ay nananatiling kaso na pending po. Wala pang desisyon. At higit sa lahat po, hindi pa executory anuman pong kaparusahan na kapaloob dyan. At dahil po dito, yung disqualification na tinatawag, kasi po yan po ay accessory penalty. Dapat po malinaw na dinidisqualify ng korte ang isang kandidato para po may apply natin yung kanyang disqualification.
Yes, Attorney Rex, hypothetically, just para lang at least most of us maintindihan natin ito yung mga ganitong pangyayari. Let's say po sa kalagitnaan po ng campaign period at hindi pa na nagkahalala, at let's say lang na the court rules with finality po on the cases of the pastor, ano po ang mangyayari? Tuloy po ba siya? Can he still continue to run or what are the steps to be taken?
Ganito po, kailangan po maging final and executory isang desisyon na may kasama pong kaparusahan na siya ay disqualified from running for public office. Yung kadalasan nga po ang tawag dyan ay perpetual disqualification to hold public office. So until such time po, dun pa lamang po natin siya matatanggal bilang disqualified na kandidato. Ano naman po ang maganda dito? Ang kagandahan po kasi pagdating sa mga ganyang kaso, regardless kung nag-eleksyon na po tayo, nakakuha ng boto at kahit nga po nanalo siya, pag diniklara na po ng korte at yung deklarasyon ay final and executory na disqualified, ay mapapababa po siya sa pwesto at lahat ng boto po niya ay ma-declare na stray.
Meron po bang issue sa pagiging independent bet ni Quiboloy? From, ang tawag dito, declaring na siya po ay under WPP at first and then eventually dahil nagkaroon nga po ng contest from this group ay humiwalay na po siya.
Wala naman po kami sa ngayon po, sa ngayon na nakikita. At ito naman po ay nadaanan din ang desisyon ng ating pong Comelec Division. So hindi po ito issue. Kung nakapagsumiti man, ito naman po ay naiatras din. At sabi ko nga po kanina, hindi po ito bago. Lagi pong nangyayari yung mga ganitong bagay.
Yes, folks, on a different note, are there any other pending petitions in related to the elections na kailangan natin abangan?
Opo, Meron pa pong mga ilan-ilan po na mga disqualification cases na nakapending pa po ngayon. Pero ang magandang development po dito, lahat ng petition to declare as nuisance candidate po ay na-resolve na ng Comelec. Even po yung mga nag-file ng motion for reconsideration. So ang tinitignan na lang po namin ngayon kung may aakyat pa sa kanila sa Korte Suprema at sa pag-akyat nila sa loob ng 5 araw ay makakakuha sila ng TRO. Kung sakali mang gano'n, i-retain namin. Pero kung sa loob ng 5 araw pagkatapos sumakyat sa Supreme Court walang TRO, tuluyan na po namin silang tatanggalin sa balota. Kaya po asahan ninyo, kapag kami po ay nagsimula ng printing ng ballots, by the way, sa January 6 na po ang start, malinis po ang ating balota, wala na yung mga nuisance candidates.
So, speaking of, sabi mo, January 6, no, yung mga, any other updates with regards sa upcoming elections? Is Comelec on track?
Opo, kasalukuyan po, Ma'am Angela at Sir Diego, na nagaganap ngayon ang live test ng trusted build ng ating election management system. Naka-live stream po ito sa Facebook at YouTube channels ng Comelec, kung saan publicly pinapakita po natin yung pagtetesting ng international certifier. Ito po yung Pro-VNV ng Alabama, USA. Sila po yung magse-certify ng halalan natin. At pinapakita natin lahat ng commands, lahat ng source codes. Maayos ba? Ito ba ay may mga hidden malwares at bugs? At tinetesting natin, pag niran po ba ito, compliant ba ito sa sistema? So ito po yung ongoing at makikita niyo po pagkatapos po nito ay magkakaroon ng acceptance at certification.
Meron pa rin po ba ngayon nakabinbin ng mga iba't ibang mga disqualification cases, not just for Quiboloy but for other candidates na inaantay natin ng ang desisyon?
Meron pa pong ilang kaso po na nakabinbin po na nakafile ng motion for reconsideration, pero hindi na po ito ganun karami dahil sinika po ng Commission Bank na ma-resolve po lahat mula sa amin po ang mga kasong ito.
Okay. Alright. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Spokesperson Attorney Rex Laudianco. Oo. Nilinaw lang natin yun kasi marami pa rin nag-aantay doon sa magiging finality ng Comelec. And ito nga yung sinabi ni Attorney Rex Laudianco, ang spokesperson ng Comelec, yung rational, yung decision nila doon sa kay Quiboloy. Pero yun nga yung sinasabi kasi din ng ibang mga tao, and of course under WPP, Quiboloy naman has never mentioned or has never, issued a statement even before regarding mga workers, diba, about labor, about whatsoever about workers. Kaya bakit siya magiging under WPP? Pero siguro ngayon kung accountability ang hinahanap nila dahil nga sa ginawa ni Quiboloy and the lawyer, ibang kaso na yun, no? Hindi
pending case.
Disqualification.
And his criminal cases are pending. Wala naman finality yan. Yung trial nga hasn't even actually officially begun yet. So, in the meantime, yung point ni Attorney Rex, habang walang finality at walang nakalagay sa court na perpetually disqualified from holding any position in office,
tuloy lang siya sa kanyang kandidatura.
But kung nagkataon na he wins the election, let's say he wins hypothetically and nagkaroon ng finality, then he will have to be removed from office kung nakasaad sa korte, utos ng korte.
Yep. All right, let's continue with our countdown. Emerging at the top spot is the latest Senatorial survey. The latest Pulse Asia survey reported that incumbent senators and members of political dynasties are the most popular among the voters lately. Here's the report.
Are we going to see veteran politicians and members of political dynasties as our new senators next year? If we are going to conduct the elections today, that is going to be the case. Based on the latest Pulse Asia survey conducted from November 26 to December 3, the top 10 senators are mostly coming from the administration slate. ACT-CIS Representative Erwin Tulfo is the leading senatorial candidate with 62.2%. He is followed by former Senate President Tito Soto, Senator Bongo, and broadcast journalist Ben Tulfo. Placing at the 5th to 9th bracket are Senator Pia Cayetano and former Senator Manny Pacquiao. Meanwhile, former Senator Ping Lacson and Senator Bong Revilla are at the 5th to 10th spot. The only newcomer in this list is TV personality Willie Revillame, who shares the same rank with Lacson and Revilla. Makati Mayor Abby Binay is at the 7th to 14th spot, while Senators Lito Lapid and Amy Marcos are at the 10th to 14th rank. Rounding up the list are Senators Bato de la Rosa and Las Piñas Representative Camille Villar. Former Senators Kiko Pangilinan, Gringo Honasan, Bam Aquino, and former Interior Secretary Benhur Avalos placed near the winning spots. Compared to the September 6 to 13 survey, Villar, Lapid, Go, Pacquiao, and Pangilinan enjoyed the biggest gains. If these are also the winning senators, there will be 6 incumbent lawmakers, 3 returning senators, 2 from local government, and 3 tulfos on the Senate floor. Despite joining the other tulfos in the legislative branch, Erwin and Ben previously insisted that they are not part of a political dynasty. The election day for the midterm elections is on May 12, 2025.
Now let's get more insights about this. We have Professor Edmund Tayao on the line. He is the President and CEO of the Political Economic Elemental Researchers and Strategists of our peers. He is also a professor and lecturer at the San Beda Graduate School of Law. Good morning. Thanks for joining us again.
Good morning.
Yes,
Good morning, Attorney.
Yes, good morning, attorney. Thank you for joining us.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, good morning, attorney. Can you hear
morning,
us?
good morning.
Yeah, good
Thank
morning.
you.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. I don't know if you heard yung recent report about the latest Pulse Asia survey, but I'd like to know about your general insights. There has been some movement with Willie Revillame coming in to the Magic 12 and also pagbaba ng bahagya ng konti ni Ben Tulfo.
Actually, what's remarkable there that is not, probably some did not notice, is the dramatic slide of Dr. Willie Ong. No? He used to be in the Magic 12. No? And I have to take note that this is the first time that, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Willie Ong landed somewhere between 6 and 7 in many of the surveys, even in our own survey at peers. No? So, I don't know if it has something to do with his still ongoing treatment of his cancer, no, and that he's not able to keep in touch with his followers. But this is saddening to me because it seems that the theme really is about the usual, popularity and entertainment, and people has to really take note that governance is not entertainment. So,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but that's basically what's resonating as far as this result is concerned.
Oo, sinasabi nga nila kailangan daw talaga ma-educate din yung mga voters na yung mga senador ay mga legislators, hindi sila yung yung mga nagbibigay ng ayuda. Kasi doon nababase ng mga voters natin recently, no, base doon sa mga results ng surveys
Parang
natin.
mga mayor daw sila.
Oo.
At the end of the I will still insist, no, on our study of voting behavior through the years. Nag-iisip na kaya lang hindi natin maiwasan dahil wala naman talaga tayong sistema sa politika natin. Wala nga tayong tunay ng political party. So ang pagkakampanya ng mga kandidato ay depende sa kanilang kakayahan. So kahit na ikaw ay kwalipikado at meron kang experience sa governance, kung wala kang pangalan, hindi ka kilala, hindi ka nakakaikot, kung wala kang resources, hindi ka nakikilala, no? And we've done a series of studies this year, in fact, and and the studies were not only based on the usual quantitative surveys. No, tinanong namin talaga, nag-focus group discussion kami, at ang lumalabas ang mga tao, binoboto nila siyempre yung sa tingin nila, kilala nila, dahil nga yun ang nakikita nila, yun ang nadidinig nila, no? So limitado, in other words, yung kanilang information.
Oo.
Go ahead.
Itanong ko lang din po kung are we expecting also yung pagbaba ng mga kaalyado ng Duterte dito sa survey po ng mga senatorial balls. But we can see also na medyo mas mataas pa rin si Senator Bongo as compared to Senator Bato de la Rosa. What do you think? Ano po yung maisip niyo po tungkol doon?
I'm quite actually surprised na umakyat si Senator Bongo kasi consistently nitong lahat ng mga naunang survey except for one interesting survey firm na number 1 siya, hindi ko natatandaan, no, na pumapasok siya doon sa Magic 12. So either talagang remarkable yung kanyang improvement or there are some other explanations to that because again, lahat naman ng midterm election na nakita natin is always a matter of measuring how the public is responding to the incumbent, particularly the administration itself, and also its reaction to, in this particular regard, the previous administration and the previous dispensation. So, in other words, nakita din natin kung paano nagresponde yung mga tao sa mga huling issue with all this barrage
Yes, that's right.
against the Quadcom and the House of Representatives. It seems hindi nagre-resonate to result to dramatic improvement in the amount of support and numbers of the group of the previous previous administration. So I don't know, mahaba pa naman yung election, so makikita natin kung magbabago pa ito, but I'm quite surprised really with this new results.
Yes, Attorney, if you look at, taking a look kasi at the top 4, and makikita nyo sa listahan, you have si Erwin Tulfo, you have Ben Tulfo, and then you also have Bongo and Tito Soto. But if you look at yung common denominator ng apat na yan, most of them, ang sinasabi ng iba, have direct contact with the public, not as legislators but rather as givers. In other words, help yung tagapagbigay ng tulong or assistance. You also have Willie Revillame in the Magic 12. Now, do you think the public has a lack of education in terms to the difference between the function of the executive and legislative?
It's not a lack of education. Alam mo, kahit na sa ibang bansa matutuwa ka, kahit mga ordinaryong mamamayan doon, they talk about far-reaching policies discussed in government. Not so much because they've studied and finished their degrees and so on, but so much because, yung exposure kasi sa news, yung dinidiscuss publicly, na i-educate ang mga tao dyan. Dito sa atin, hindi naman, ang pinapanood mo palagi, variety show, Tapos pagdating sa social media, nagre-rely ka na sa blogs. Na I'm not even sure if many are still watching news like your program, for example, which basically, of course, will go deeper to the issue. So yun ang form of education kasi ng publiko. So going back to that, yung binanggit mo mga personalidad, yun na nga ang nangyayari, ang akala ng mga tao dahil sila nakikita na gumagalaw, namimigay, sila yung gumagawa, Meron nga isang kandidato, sabi niya siya daw tagapagtanggol ng senior citizen. Hindi ko nga alam na meron pala siyang ginawa sa mga senior citizen. So, clearly it's an attempt really to get to the voting block, which is the senior citizen. So at the end of the day, puro gimmick ito really, to get as much votes. Kasi nga, wala nga tayong tunay na political party.
Pero your general thoughts naman po on the survey performance of the opposition, let's say Bam Aquino.
The true opposition.
The true opposition. Sabi nila Bam Aquino, Kiko Pangilinan, and others, yung mga ibang mga nasa progressive groups.
Alam mo, this is still an effect of the people reflecting on how things have been. Kaya nga hindi ko ma-reconcile yung sinasabi na hindi nag-iisip ang mga botante. Nag-iisip sila. Kaya lang talagang kulang yung kanilang impormasyon at kulang din yung kanilang kakayanan siyempre to this process the information, the little information that they have. Now, having said that, consistent naman, nakita na, alam mo, kaya din tayo nagkaroon ng Pangulong Marcos at lagi nilang sinasabi, nakalimutan na natin ang kasaysayan. Hindi ko maintindihan paano makakalimutan ng kasaysayan kasi kahit na sa senior high school at saka sa kolehiyo, nag-aaralan natin yan, at every year sineselebrate natin ng EDSA Revolution. So, hindi nakalimutan yung pangyayaring yon. Ang problema kasi, lahat ng mga pangako ng mga naunang mga gobyerno, mga administrasyon, lalo na yung pangako as a result of the departure of Marcos Sr., hindi ko sigurado kung ilan doon ang natupad. Kaya siguro, natuto na din ng mga botante. So hindi na nila nakikita na reliable pa ito. In fact, the reason also why people have been voting for popular personalities. Pag tinignan mo, 1995 onwards, nagsimula yan Nagplato lang yan ng 2001 onwards. So, dati-dati kasi basta artista ka, mananalo ka hanggang mayor, no? And so on. But eventually natatalo din sila kasi nakikita din ng tao yung mga performance nila. But ngayon, balik tayo sa ganon kasi nakikita nila na yung mga supposedly mga qualified na mga kandidato, mga abogado, mga profesor, mga ekonomista, hindi din nakakapag-deliver, no, ng kanilang mga pangako. Kaya ang tinitingnan nila ngayon, baka dahil magaling sa pelikula ito, magiging magaling din pagka naharap sila. Yun ang problema.
Alright, on that note, maraming salamat po muli sa inyong oras, Pierce President and CEO Professor Edmund Tayo. Thank you so much.
Salamat po.
Yeah, before we go, I remember my mom saying that in an interview which was posted on social media. It'll reach a burning point na magkaka-fatigue na ang tao because up to a certain point, the change we all expected. After the revolution, nothing happened.
Ngayon, yung pangako nung nakaraan, meron bang natupad ngayon? Tignan natin. Diba?
The question is, sinasabi nila,
20 pesos na bigas,
kung
wala pa rin naman.
kukwentehin natin lahat ng pangako mula nung 86 hanggang ngayon, ilan lang ang natupad? Yan ang bibilangin mo. Ilan lang ang natupad. Ay, nako. Anyway, that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunzad Castro. And he is Angelo Castro III. We're One News, all sides, all the time.
Christmas tree.